coming away with a nice win in their first year of Youth League One. But we turn our attention to what is set to be a very interesting matchup. Obviously, Coach Mason Rogers for the McKinnon Cougars made his way over to McKinnon after spending last year with the 2025 State Championship Women Champions, the Bellarine Boomers, and brought across with him a few of his star players in Amy Baum and Sarai Beveridge. They've also added Jenny Rentala to their talent list, while Bellarine with a multitude of changes as well. Dave Smith taking the reins as head coach, while Shayla Golden startled. I haven't commentated for a couple of weeks. Shayla Golden makes her way down to the peninsula, replacing Bridget Retstadt, who's currently tearing things up over in NBL 1 West. But as we get close to tip-off, starting lineups for this one, it'll be number 15, Shayla Golden, number 7, Charlotte Armstrong, number 3, Chantal Hall, number 35, Georgia Varley, and the captain for the Storm at number 23, Courtney Strait, rounding out the Storm, while for the Cougars it'll be number 2, Amy Baum, number 3, Emily Suckling, number 6, Sarai Beveridge, number 23, Jenny Rentala, and rounding out the Cougars will be Megan Henge as we get underway. Varley now at the top. She's guarded by Henge. Straight, looking for an option, has nothing yet. Has to pull it back out. Golden attacking through the ring, got blocked there by Suckling. Good defense there by the Cougars. 2 seconds remain on the shot clock. Varley to inbound. They'll need a quick shot. Hall gets it up. Will hit the ring, so they won't regain possession. Hedge now. Attacking downhill. Varley did a good job to stop it. Into Rentala. Out to Beveridge to Baum. Nice pick and roll action there from the Cougars, and Sarai Beveridge gets her scoring night underway. Her first 2 points, and the first 2 points for tonight's matchup. As Varley goes the other way and gets 2 points for herself. So back and forth action early in this one. Beveridge, Suckling, up to Baum. Nice pass into Jenny Rentala. Couldn't get the finish. And again, the Storm out to the races. Armstrong striding down the court. And that's the Bellarine basketball we've come to know this season. Out on the floor, they love to run as Baum does it all by herself. Both teams still feeling each other out. We'll stay with the Storm. A multitude of Youth League players on the Bellarine bench tonight. 4 from the Youth League program suiting up. As Armstrong's shot won't go, so Suckling now. Guarded by Golden. Kicks it to Henge, to Baum. Back up to Suckling. They kick it out to Henge for 3. Rolls in and out. Henge had to work hard. Nearly got the offensive rebound, and Golden will clean up the loose ball. Scores a level. 3 minutes gone. 4 all. Varley and Strait got tangled up. Baum come away with the steal. Now she wants to go all the way. She's done it already tonight. Instead kicks this one out and goes all the way back to Henge. Back to Baum in the corner. Was nearly out of bounds. And Rentala steps back and gets her first 2 points. Jenny Rentala, veteran of Australian basketball. Plenty of experience in the top level. Also, don't know if you know, but had a quick AFLW career, I believe. It's Golden Nice little spinning, fading jump shot. Ties it back up again. And Suckling, transition 3. That one hurts. As Emily Suckling gets her first points of the contest. And you see a little bit of applied pressure here by the Cougars. Storm managed to get through it. Up to Armstrong. To Straight. He's again having an MVP caliber season. As she comes away with her first 2 points. And Rintala running coast to coast. And Jaden, neither team really looking to get into any sort of set basketball at the moment. Just playing through motion and through flow and running the floor.
Yeah, look, Bellarine looks to be a step behind at the second. They're just not quite getting their defensive set. Or strong rebound.
Cougars lead by 3. Rintala 4-3. And it'll miss everything as she apologises to her teammates. And our first substitutions of tonight's contest, we'll see Olivia Osborne check in for the Storm, while Romy Price and Casey Vale check in for the Cougars. 5.5 minutes to go in this first quarter as Warm, nice defense there from her, manages to save it into Suckling. And Suckling will have her chance at her second 3. Osborne with the good hustle. Straight now, wants to dance with Vale. Kicks it off to Osborne. Hall. Nice little mid-range jump shot, gets it to go. And so neither team really able to break out into a commanding lead early. Clean game of basketball so far, no fouls either. Bourne to Suckling, nice little crossover move. Shot from Price is up. And it won't go as players everywhere for the ball, and it'll be last touched off Varley. And so another chance here for the Cougars. As Stray Beveridge will check out, and we'll see Annabelle Fitter check in. Warm now. Fitter to Suckling. And Price and Hall go to battle underneath the ring. Great defense there by Chantal Hall. And Armstrong will come away with the rebound. Straight. Out to Armstrong, to Varley. Quick fire 3 from Georgia. Varley gets her afternoon from beyond the arc underway. She's up to 5. As Baum slices her way through the defense and ties it back up. So back and forth action. What we expected from the undefeated Bellarine Storm versus the 4th place McKinnon Cougars. Obviously pink round here in Basketball Victoria. In support of the Breast Cancer Foundation as Charlotte Armstrong gets her basket to go. Plenty of activations going on here tonight. All proceeds going to the Breast Cancer Foundation. Fitter kicks it back up to Baum. Nice dribble move there from Baum. Pass was picked off by Straight though. And she'll wait for her teammates to trail in. Varley going coast to coast. And Georgia Varley doing it on both ends, and that'll call for Coach Mason Rogers from the Cougars to call a timeout. And with just over 3 minutes to go in this first quarter, it'll be the Bellarine Storm 17 leading the McKinnon Cougars 13. And Jaden, so far, I mean, this is kind of what we expected coming into this one. Both these teams both teams made finals last year in state championship women. Obviously, 2 very different looking teams from last year, but so far a very even matchup.
Yeah, I think, look, so far we've had that great battle down both ends of the aggression in both teams' defense has been actually beautiful to watch. Look, Bellarine, after I said it, Bellarine were that step behind, but I think the last couple of minutes there, they really picked up their defense. The real fantastic effort on the rebounding by Charlotte Armstrong. Being picked up Bellarine Storm, just got him a couple of baskets back. It's been fantastic to watch so far.
Shout out to one of our referees tonight, Tommy Cossins, his 100th game. EV. And reminder coming up after this one, it is the State Championship men's game of the week. It'll be the Bellarine Storm taking on the McKinnon Cougars in what is set for another fantastic game of basketball. As we get back underway, teams will remain the same from before the timeout. Hedge now to Beveridge. Correction, Beveridge check back in during the timeout. As Vale and Straight wrestle under the ring, and the Bellarine coach is pleading for three in the key. Couldn't get it, but instead Chantal Hall with some fantastic defense gets it to go. Varley splits the D. And she'll pick up the foul. As a little bit of friendly banter here between the two teams. As we'll see Shayla Golan check back in and Chantal Hall check out. That'll be our first foul for the quarter, 7.5 minutes in. So Golden dicing to the ring as she gets 2 points to her total. And coming the other way is Megan Hedge, who gets her first points of the afternoon. And so more back and forth action. Golden now to Varley. Up to Armstrong. Got away from a defender. Osborne in the corner. 4-3 gets that one to go. Instant impact off the bench for Olivia Osborne. As the Bellarine Storm take the biggest lead of the game. 7 points. But not for long as Casey Vale gets her first points of the contest. Casey Vale, former University of Wisconsin Oshkosh player, as Courtney Straight gets 2 points to go. We'll have a mass timeout, a mass sub, pardon me, here from the Cougars. We'll see Suckling, Baum and Rentala check back in for Henge, Price and Fitter. Straight couldn't convert the M1. So coming the other way now, Blom into Rentala, massive mismatch, and all Georgia Varley could do was foul. And Rentala will head to the line for one more. Foul on Georgia Varley. And Coach Dave Smith wants to talk things over, so we'll head to a quick timeout. As we mentioned earlier, it is breast cancer awareness round here in Basketball Victoria. Such a brutal disease here in Australia. It's the second most commonly diagnosed cancer in Australia after prostate cancer, and the most common cancer among women. Every day, 56 people in Australia are diagnosed with breast cancer. 1 in 7 women and 1 in 600 men are diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. So any support would be greatly appreciated. If you would like to donate, can't make your way down to a stadium this weekend, you can head to the National Breast Cancer Foundation website, nbcf.org.au, and make a donation there. It goes a long way and certainly touches everyone once in their lifetime, whether it's personally or a family member or a friend. So we turn our heads back to the action. McKinnon rocking a very nice pink uniform. So 1:20 left in this first quarter. Bellarine still with a 4-point lead. Osborne now to Armstrong to Varley. Pulls the trigger. Couldn't get it to go. Osborne worked hard for the rebound. Couldn't come away with it. And Suckling now. Thought about attacking the rim. Decides to bring it back out. Vale hands off to Beveridge. Back up to Suckling. Attacks the ring this time, and Jenny Rentala just stood there. Gave her a wide open lane to the ring. So Armstrong now to Osborne. Up to Straight. Dances with Vale. Steps back, mid-range jump shot. Hit the front eye in, and Armstrong did a good job to slow the trans down. Blom now into Rentala, and there'll be a foul on the plate. And it'll go against number 15 for the Storm, Shayla Golden, her first. And so that's one thing so far that Bellarine haven't been able to slow down, is the pick and roll action with any of the guards from the Cougars and Jenny Rentala. As we head final possession of this first quarter, you would think. Won't be. Courtney Straight really rattles home at 3. One of the best looking jump shots in the league. And they take it back out to 3 points. Rentala's demanding it inside. Instead, they go out to Suckling for 3. Won't go. And Rentala loses control as the first quarter siren goes, and it will be the Bellarine Storm leading 27 over the McKinnon Cougars, 24. Pretty even spread of scoring so far. Georgia Varley and Courtney Straight leading the way for the Storm with 7 points each. While for the Cougars, it will be Jenny Rentala with 7 points as well. But so far, Jaden, neither team really breaking away. We saw a quick surge of offense there from the Storm, but McKinnon have just roped it back in, and it's still a tight game.
Yeah, look, I think McKinnon's done really well there. They started really exposing some of the size mismatches that Bellarine has. I think when they had Georgia Varley start switching onto some of the bigs, she just got a little bit exposed in the paint there. How that's going to turn out for the rest of the game, it's going to be an interesting watch.
I think another thing to point out, Jaden, is that McKinnon obviously made the road trip with just the 8 players. So, let alone Bellarine have the full 12 on their bench. So, it'll be interesting to see if fatigue starts to come into this one. And obviously the first quarter, no one really slowed down. It was a very back and forth action, and so both coaches using one timeout. So, a little break, but potentially fatigue and tiredness could come into this one.
Look, that's it. Late in that third quarter, when it really starts to kick in, that's when we're really going to see which teams got the drive and really who wants it.
Well, both teams only with the single game this weekend, so you can almost throw everything at this one. Bellarine looking to continue their undefeated streak to start this season, while the Cougars look to improve on their ladder position, currently sitting 4th. Reminder, it is a state championship, a doubleheader here on the peninsula. Coming up at 8 o'clock, it'll be the Bellarine State Championship men taking on the McKinnon Cougars in what is the senior men's game of the week. As we get underway, it'll be Golden, Varley, Hall, Straight and Osborne for the Storm, while for the Cougars, it'll be Blom, Beveridge, Vale, Suckling and Rentala. As Varley looks to get it underway early, misses everything. Suckling comes up with the rebound. Kick ahead to Blom now, who kicks it ahead again, and Straight read it like a book. And picked the pass, not letting it get through to Beveridge. As we got a bit of courtside MC royalty in tonight here on the Peninsula. Shout out to the man. I'd say he's the best man in MCing here in the city of Greater Geelong and West Cusworth. It was Baum. Her pass picked again by Courtney Straight. Has the ball on a string at the moment. Coming the other way now. Massive mismatch for her. Decides to step through. Plenty of contact on that. Kick ahead pass there. Makes it all the way to Beveridge in the corner. 4-3. No luck, and Straight come up with the rebound and was fouled. And it'll be Bellarine ball, and we'll see Leah Bartlett check in for her first minutes of this one. Olivia Osborne checking out.
Some solid defense there from Georgia Valley as well, having to cover two and making them miss that shot. Well done to her there.
So Straight now. Couldn't get it over the top of Baum, and Vale couldn't convert down that end. Had almost a wide open layup, and the Cougars will get another chance as Golden travelled. Warm to inbound. Not much options. Finds Suckling in the corner. Up back to Baum. Again, that pick and roll action with Rintala. Decides not to use it, and Varley manages to pick the pocket of Rintala. And now Golden coming the other way. Finds Bartlett to Hall. To Varley. Directing traffic out to Straight. Late in the shot clock. Have to get a shot up. They do. Hall drops it from the short corner and continues her good run of basketball. 24 points in 20 minutes off the bench last week for Chantal Hall was Amy Baum. Gets another 2 points. 3 points the margin still. It's a little bit of pride pressure there from Suckling. Varley, pardon me, pulls the trigger. No luck, and so again, back and forth action. No team really getting into set play basketball as Rintala just imposed herself in the key and made it hard for the Storm defenders. So it's back to a 1 point game. Varley, Hall, back to Varley, up to Golden, to Straight. Uses the screen perfectly at Golden and will miss to the right. Rintala, trail three is open, hits the back iron. Varley will come up with the rebound. Chance here for the Storm to get through a set now. Bartlett had to work hard around the screen, manages to get it off to Hall. And so, just a little lull in offense here for the Storm. 3 minutes gone in this second quarter. Warm. Again, that pick and roll with Rintala. And Vale will miss everything. And so Bartlett, skip past to Straight. Great vision there from Leah Bartlett. Finds Courtney Straight on an island. As she gets another three, as the atmosphere was almost sucked out of here, and Courtney Straight just found it again. It's warm, nice little flick over the head, just can't get it to go. And it will stay with the Cougars. And we'll see Varley check out and Osborne check in as well. For the Cougars, we'll see Romy Price, Annabelle Fitter and Megan Hedge check in. As Price pushed too far under the ring, couldn't get her shot, but Henge come up with the rebound, and Vale now backs her way down. And so 2 points the margin here. Golden. Nice drive there from Shayla Golden. Couldn't get the roll, but will head to the line for two. Foul will be on number 5, Romy Price. her first. So far, it just feels like in this past sort of 2 minutes that the Storm offense seems a bit forced at the moment. They're just not. They're struggling to get shots that they want to get off. Do you feel that's the read?
Yeah, there was 5 or 6 shots there from the Storm. I would have said they were second rushed, or they so often seem to be doing until Courtney Strait finds that open 3. Another foul.
Henge will head to the line for 2. Foul on number 11, Olivia Osborne. Her first. Megan Henge at the line for 2. Makes her first, takes her up to 3 points. 2 rebounds to go along with that as well. And she'll go 100% from the free throw line up to 4 points as Bellarine with the slightest of margins, just the 1 point. What we expected coming into this one, expected it to be a hard-fought battle between 2 top teams in Championship Women's for 2026 as Osborne, her 3's off to the left, and Beveridge come away with the rebound. Foul will be on number 30 for the Storm, Leah Bartlett. As we'll see Casey Vale check out and Jenny Rentala check back in. Henge to Price, to Beveridge. All the way back to Henge now, back to Beveridge. Cougars moving the ball around. Back to Henge from beyond the quarter court line. Megan Henge with 3 more points, starting to find her groove now, up to 7. And gives the McKinnon Cougars a 2-point lead. Golden from 3. A little bit heavy-handed there. And the Cougars running in numbers. This Fitter, her pass out to Beveridge was a little bit wayward, but Beveridge managed to pick it up. And the Cougars starting to take over this one, up to 5-point lead for them. Straight to relieve the pressure for the Storm. Couldn't get it to go, and Price with a huge rebound. Fitter to Beveridge on an island. And it'll be long, the 3. Price did a good job to rebound over the top of Bartlett. And Coach Dave Smith for the Storm has seen enough and wants to talk things over. And with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half, the McKinnon Cougars lead 39-33, up by 6 points. And Jaden, the Cougars just finding their groove at the moment from beyond the arc and in offense.
Yeah, look, that was just a dominating effort by McKinnon there. I'm not sure what the answer Bellarine Storm's going to have to find, but look, they've got 4 minutes before this half-time to find something. Let's see what Coach Dave Smith can pull out.
Well, right now, both teams fairly even shooting from the field. Bellarine shooting at 50% from the field, while the Cougars shooting at 48%. But the big thing that the Cougars would want to change is their 3-point percentage, 23%. They're only 3 from 13, while the Storm are currently 4 from 10. So, but other than that, all other stat categories quite even. So what we've come to expect from both these teams. So Coach Mason Rogers, Amy Blom, Saray Beveridge, all winning a championship last year with the Bulleen Boomers against this Bellarine Storm team. They look a little bit different this year. No Bridget Retstadt taking her talents over to the Perry Lakes Hawks, NBL 1 West, where she's currently dominating. Pretty sure she's averaging about 25 points, 12 rebounds, absolutely tearing it up. So wish her all the best in the rest of her season as The layup won't go for the Storm. Rintala come away with the rebound. Now it's Henge. Nice little dish into Price. Classy basketball there from the Cougars. Osborne now to Hall. Nice backdoor from straight. Short corner jump shot rattles out. And again, Beveridge wants to push the floor. Had to wait for her teammates to come back. And Henge now will get through a set. Hedge found a gap and Golden picked the pass. Nice defense from Shayla Golden. Bartlett, another great skip pass to straight into Hall. Battle of the Bigs going to work. Nice shot there from Chantal Hall.
That's a third from that short corner. Hard to defend it.
Potentially the best mid-range shooter in Big V State Championship Women, up to 6. And I reckon 90% of Chantal Hall's points come from the mid-range. As Henge now has nothing really going for it. Has to force it into Price, who had to force her shot up. Bartlett, eyes darting, looking for an option. Goes short to Golden. Out to Osborne. Up to Bartlett. Round to straight. And they want to go inside again to Hall. Dances with Price. Up, under, draws the contact. And we'll head to the line for 2. Foul will be on number 5, Romy Price. As we'll have timeout going to the Cougars. Here, 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in this first half. And Cougars still with a 7-point lead. Reminder, coming up after this match, it'll be a state championship men with Bellarine Storm taking on the McKinnon Cougars in the senior men's Big V game of the week. But so far, a pretty back and forth game. You just feel that whichever team can sort of blow this one out will stay in control. And so far, it's the Cougars with a very, what you would say is comfortable in this game, 7-point lead.
Look, that's it. The Cougars really have been all over this quarter. I would have given the first one to the Storm, but the Cougars have found a way just to really dismantle the Storm defense. As you said, this last 2 minutes is going to be a real impactful, setting the tone for the rest of this game. Let's see what Storm's got in them.
Well, you mentioned that Storm won the first quarter. They did that exactly, 27-24. Currently, the Cougars are winning this quarter 18-8. So they have found their groove in this quarter. The Bellarine Storm just on a bit of a lull in terms of offense. But expect things to change very quickly as we see Georgia Varley and Charlotte Armstrong check back in, both having fantastic seasons for the Storm. Paul misses the first. And will rattle home the second. Georgia Varley, second leading scorer for the Storm with 14 points per game. Charlotte Armstrong is 5th with 8 points per game, but is cleaning up the rebounds, averaging almost 10 rebounds per game as Jenny Rintala extends her range and rattles home that 3. The Cougars take the biggest lead of the game, out to 9. Osborne caught in the key. Nice backdoor cut there from Georgia Varley. Read the play like a book. As we cuts it back to 7. Georgia Varley leading the way for the Storm with 9. Henge in the corner. Kicks it back up to Baum, to Price. All the way around to Suckling. As the Cougars moving the ball like lightning. 3 would have been ideal for them as we enter the last 90 seconds of the first half. Armstrong fighting underneath the ring with Henge. So they dance across the key and Golden decides not to use it and go all the way for 2 more points. There's a late little offensive run here for the Storm, potentially giving them some momentum into the halftime break. Blom now. Guarded by Golden, splits the gap, goes all the way and uses her right hand to finish that one. 43 seconds left in this one. Armstrong. Hassled by Blom, manages to get it off to Osborne. To Golden. Uses the screener, Hall. No option though, Armstrong, nice little pump fake into the corner to Osborne, 4-3. Will miss everything, Hall has to shoot it. And the shot clock will go off. As we'll have a last play sub. We'll see Casey Vale check in and Romy Price check out. With 20 seconds left in the first half, can the Cougars head into the major break with some momentum? Rintala into Vale, nice little dish off there as the Storm will get the last shot of the quarter. Varley, 7 seconds, has to get to work. Guarded by Henge, goes from coast to coast, manages to regain it. Georgia Varley had to work hard for those 2 points, but will get them right on time. And at the major break, it will be the McKinnon Cougars leading the Bellarine Storm 49-42 in what was a very interesting first half. Georgia Varley leading the way for the Storm, 11 points, 2 rebounds. Well, Shayla Golden and Chantal Hall with 7 points each. Well, for the Cougars, it'll be Jenny Rintala, 12 points, 4 rebounds, closely followed by Amy Blom with 10 points. But as we head to a quick halftime break, reminder, it is the McKinnon Cougars leading the Bellarine Storm 49-42. Good evening and welcome back to the Bellarine Secondary College here for this state championship women's matchup between the Bellarine Storm and the McKinnon Cougars. It has been a hard-fought first half. The Cougars with the lead at the major break, up by 7. A few more here with under 18 Bellarine Storm girls coach Jaden Barber. And Jaden, thoughts so far on this one? Obviously, very up and down. The Bellarine Storm won the first quarter, and then the Cougars absolutely blew out the second quarter. Won the second quarter by almost 10 points. So what changes do the Storm need to make into this second half and to get this game back on their terms?
Look, I really think they need to work out something to solve this issue they're having with the pick and roll. It is absolutely killing them at the moment. They really look like they have no answer for it so far, but hopefully after this bit of a chat with Coach Dave Smith, they've worked something out, because if they can't, it's not looking good from my point of view.
Well, we've obviously seen the past few weeks this Bellarine Storm women's team be challenged. They got challenged in Western Port, got sent to overtime on the road, and then the week after had to take on the Hume City Broncos in what was another challenge. So they are always up for a challenge, and there's a reason why they're undefeated so far this season. So I expect a bit of a shift in this second half as we get underway. It'll be Amy Baum, Saray Beveridge, Jenny Rentala, Megan Henge and Emily Suckling for the Cougars, while for the Storm it'll be Shayla Golden, Chantal Hall, Georgia Varley, Courtney Strait and Charlotte Armstrong, as Jenny Rentala picks up where she left off and opens her scoring account for the second half. Armstrong now, Storm looking for an answer to Golden. Nothing really an option for the Storm. They have to keep moving it, nothing inside. Golden. Varley lost control of it late in the shot clock, has to get the shot up, does, misses everything, and we'll have a shot clock violation.
Storm just couldn't get through a set there. It's not like them.
It seemed very stagnant, and the McKinnon defense just had all the gaps filled as Beveridge drives straight into a defender, loses control of the ball, and have a kick violation there. And so Storm will retain possession. Armstrong now. Varley guarded by Hedge, has to get it over. Does. Kicks it to Strait. 10 points for her in this one tonight, and drives into heavy contact. And Courtney Strait fearless, as the foul will be on Saray Beveridge.
First personal foul ball on number 6 is Saray Beveridge.
And if you'd like to hear some Courtney Strait basketball knowledge, make sure you tune into the men's game. Should be in the commentary booth for what is set to be a huge matchup, as is this women's match. As Strait makes the first and the second. So Courtney Strait takes over the leading scoring for the Storm, up to 12. 4 assists, 2 rebounds and a steal to go along with that. As nice little dish there from Amy Baum into Rentala, who continues to score at ease in this one. Varley, Golden. Ooh. As Armstrong and Beveridge collide at the top, and Golden thought she was fouled. Rentala now out to Beveridge, got a defender in the air, up to Suckling, also got a defender in the air, and nice little Euro step there from Emily Suckling as the lead continues to balloon out, now into double digits for the first time this evening, out to 11. Strait, skip pass to Varley, pulls the trigger on the 3, got blocked. Everyone was looking in the air for the ball, and you'll never guess Rentala in there again. Beveridge transition 3, a little bit rushed. And so instead Rintala, who continues to take over this game, up to 19 points. As this lead continues to balloon out to 14 points. Bellarine with no real answers on either end as offensively they lose the ball again. And just like that, 2.5 minutes into this second half, pardon me, the lead is out to 16 points. And just like that, Jaden, it's a whole different ball game.
Oh, look, that was 4 plays in a row from Storm that unfortunately they really weren't able to get through their set. McKinnon defense just locked them down, forced awful looking shots, and they've been rewarded for it by McKinnon. Nice lead by them at the moment, unfortunately.
Well, Jenny Rintala continues to show her experience and skill, up to 19 points, 4 rebounds and 2 blocks in the contest so far. As a reminder, it is pink round. McKinnon rocking the bright pink uniforms, while Bellarine Storm with a multitude of pink accessories and pink warm-up. Rocked some pink warm-up tops to start the game. Plenty of activations going on here tonight. Silent auctions, halftime games. All proceeds raised from those will be going to the Breast Cancer Foundation. As action gets underway, the Storm looking for an answer. What can they find out of this timeout? Straight to Golden. On-ball screen there from Armstrong. As her Golden shot will bounce out, and Blom now attacking downhill, skip past to Suckling. Nice up and under finish there from Suckling, couldn't get it to go. Varley pressured by 2. Manages to get through. Hall, Bellarine with the numbers so far. As McKinnon bench wanted a charge, but instead it will be a blocking foul on Saray Beveridge. Be Beveridge's second foul. Straight to Hall to Armstrong. Just pushed up very high. Great defense here by Suckling. Golden has to do something late in the shot clock. Mid-range jump shot again rolls out. The ball to drop through the net. Suckling going around multiple defenders. Couldn't get it to go. And so neither team finding a score at the moment. Straight now. Had it deflected, got stuck. Again, late shot clock here for the Storm. Varley stepping back, and it'll miss everything. So scoring woes at the moment for the Storm, certainly. What can the Cougars come up with? It'll be a Blom. Nearly got the layup to go.
A great ball movement from
McKinnon. And Henge, as Jaden pointed out, fantastic basketball movement there. Found Megan Henge wide open on the three-point line. As they continue to extend their lead out to 19 points. Biggest of the game, and have the undefeated Storm on the ropes at the moment as Golden, again, got her own rebound. And it'll be a travel, so plenty of woes going on at the moment for the Storm. As Golden will check out and Osborne will check in. We'll also see Jenny Rintala and Saray Beveridge check out, and Casey Vale and Annabelle Fitter check back in for the Cougars. Price travel, and so we go back to the Storm. A chance here to cut this run that the Cougars are on at the moment and try and get this game back into their terms. Varley to Armstrong. To Osborne, hassled by Suckling. Back up to Armstrong. Thought about the three, decides to attack through the defense. And so it just feels like the Storm trying to force things, and everything is coming with ease to the Cougars. It's the lead again, balloons out to 21 points. Hall rattles out again. It's a very uncharacteristic basketball here from the Storm. Nice little dish there into Vale, who gets the basket to go. And the McKinnon bench are up and about as they continue to command this game. Out to 23 points, potentially 24. After this Vale free throw. Vale will get the free throw to go. So 24 points the margin. Storm really need an answer here. 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Straight to Hall, back up to Straight. She wants to look for an option. Nothing comes, so they get it all the way around to Varley. 4-3. And nothing comes from that one. Vale to Suckling, driving baseline, flicks it up and under and gets the basket to go. The lead continues to grow, up to 26 points now. Osborne was fouled. So it'll be a sideline ball foul on number 2, Amy Warm. Substitutions for both teams. We'll see Megan Henge and Saray Beveridge check in for Emily Suckling and Taylor Baum. And for the Storm, we'll see Charlotte Armstrong and Courtney Straight check out. And we'll see Taylor Chant and Maisie Corcoran check in for their first minutes of this contest. Potentially a move here just to inject some fresh legs for Dave Smith as Osborne finally relieves the pressure here for the Storm. After what was a 19-2 run in this third quarter, Olivia Osborne 3 will release the pressure, and now a defensive stop. So fingers crossed, touch wood, potentially maybe a tide shift here. But it has been all McKinnon from the first quarter break. Corcoran to Osborne. Nice little dish inside to Maisie Corcoran. Gets it to go. Basket will count. And potentially that is what Dave Smith is looking for, an injection of fresh legs. Maisie Corcoran, first year here with the Storm, made her way over from Geelong United. Two-way player, playing both Youth League and State Championship. As the Storm get a score, stop, and then another score. Corcoran couldn't get her free throw to go, and Rintala will check back in. Chant with some aggressive defense. Another player new to the Storm this year. Nice defense from her. There will be a foul though. Chant's first foul. Taylor Chant took a decent break off basketball, almost 6 years. Originally played for the Keilor Thunder in Youth Champ. Took some time away to spend with her family. As Henge misses the first, we'll get the second. So still 22-point game. It's out to as much as 28 points here in this one. Cougars had a 19-2 run so far as the mid-range shot there from Chantal Hall won't go. So the foul will go on. Number 2, Maisie Corcoran. There's a bit of confusion on the court here. Henge now to Rintala. Back up to Henge. Price with the nice screen. Didn't get her reward though. As Beveridge kick out to Henge. 4-3. Gets that one to go and just breaks the heart of the Bellarine faithful. 2 minutes 20 left in this third quarter. Osborne to Corcoran. To Chant. Has it stripped. Beveridge, nice kick out pass to Henge. Picks it up and gets it to drop. Lead back out to 27 points. Nice screen there from Corcoran. Varley out to Osborne. 4-3. Won't go. And Hall, nice little save there for the rebound. Will gain possession again. And Chant, mid-range jump shot, won't go. So a little bit of chaos basketball going on. Taylor Chant, nice steal and got the basket to go. As she continues her aggressive defense off the bench. Rintala now to Fitter, up to Henge. Used the screen to Price well, found Fitter on the opposite three-point line. No luck from her, and Chant will come up with the rebound. Final 90 seconds of this quarter. There's mass substitutions for both teams. Baum and Vale checking back in for the Cougars, while Straight and Bartlett checking in for the Storm, for Chant and Osborne. Tyler comes away with the steal, split the gap to Vale. And just off on the layup. So final minute here in this third quarter. Quarter to forget for the Storm, you would think. There's a pass inside from Varley. He's picked off by Beveridge. Baum, kick out to Fitter, left on an island. And that'll go over everything. It'll stay with the Cougars. Have a timeout here going to the McKinnon Cougars, but as it has been all their quarter, as they lead by 25 points. There's been a 27-9 quarter for the Cougars, so they have certainly taken over this one, Jaden, and it's almost shocked all the Storm fans. People don't really know how to act at the moment.
Look, I think that's one of the hard things about being the home team when your side's behind. Could use a bit from the crowd at the moment, but look, I think the Storm girls need to give them something to cheer behind. Hasn't been the greatest quarter from them. A lot of rush shots and, in my opinion, some pretty sloppy defensive end. Let's hope this last 42.5 seconds they can find something.
Certainly uncharacteristic Storm basketball. Obviously undefeated to start the season so far, and now currently down by 25 points late into the third quarter. I mean, the injection of Taylor Chant and Maisie Corcoran provided them a little bit of offensive relief, but it has certainly not gone too well for them this quarter as we get underway for the final 42.5 seconds. Beveridge.
Great
Pass picked by Varley. One-on-one. Decides to pull it out. Wait for Courtney Straight to trail in. The best three-point shot in the league. Can't get that one to go. It'll stay with the Storm. As we'll see Jada Button checking for her first minutes of this one. Jada Button, the Youth League Women's 1 Player of the Month. Certainly an up-and-coming talent here at the Bellarine Storm, averaging 23 points in Youth League 1. So she couldn't get that one to go. Maisie Corcoran coming away with the rebound, and veteran play there from Annabelle Fitter. As Jada Button will check back out of the game, and we'll see Georgia Varley check back in. Tough night there for Jada Button. already played one game tonight, so and has another one tomorrow. It's a pass across to Vale, a little bit wayward, managed to come away with it. 6 seconds left as Rintala couldn't get it to go. The ball loose, had to fight for it. Blom couldn't get the pass off in time. And as I think Jenny Rintala wanted the basket to count, but didn't realise it was the major siren going as we head to the three-quarter time break, and you could almost say it's a quarter to forget for the Bellarine Storm as they trail by 25 points. Again, a 27-9 quarter in favour of the Cougars. Courtney Strait leading the way for the Storm with 12 points, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And then Georgia Varley with 11 points and 4 rebounds. While for the Cougars, Jenny Rintala has got her double-double for this evening, 19 points, 10 rebounds, while Casey Vale with 11 points, 4 rebounds. And then Amy Blom, who is stuffing the stat sheet at the moment, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists and 5 steals. Certainly some big changes need to come in this fourth quarter, Jaden. But I always say this, stranger things have happened. It is Big V State Championship women, and anything can happen.
Look, that is exactly it. If there's a team that can do it, it is a Bellarine Storm. They just need to find something. I'm not exactly sure what that something is, but let's hope Coach Dave Smith knows exactly what they need. It's going to be a hard-fought battle this final quarter. Let's see what they can find.
Obviously coming up after this one, with State Championship men, it is the senior men's game of the week. Bellarine Storm taking on the McKinnon Cougars. There's also Pink Round here in Big V in support of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. If you'd like to make a donation, head to the National Breast Cancer Foundation website, nbcf.org.au, and make a donation there. All proceeds from tonight's activations going to the Breast Cancer Foundation. Silent raffle, which I believe is going absolutely fantastically, as well as some halftime games for the kids to participate in. As we get back underway, Storm need to get to work early. Straight up to Varley, attacking with pace, finds Straight. Corcoran in the corner for 3 off the back iron, got the shooter's bounce, and that's the start that the Bellarine Storm want. A stop on this defensive, offensive possession for the Cougars will be huge for the Storm. Henge now into Suckling. Uses the screen, going baseline. Beveridge goes baseline again, and she'll be out of court. So,
good start from Bellarine.
Good start. Still a long way home, but
first steps are there. Let's see what they've got.
Bartlett into Hall. Pass was a little bit rushed there from Leah Bartlett. And the Cougars now. Henge. Dish inside it to Vale. Back up to Price. Suckling driving through the middle. Nice little dish inside to Vale, as it will stay with the Cougars. 11 on the shot clock. Henge to inbound. There's Casey Vale. That's 2 easy points to her total. Up to 13. Varley to Hall. Decides to pull the trigger from deep, and Chantal Hall.
Not sure where that came from.
Not known for her three-point prowess. Rattles that one home. Looked like a seasoned veteran shooter there. Potentially that might be the spark that the Storm needed. As Bartlett now guarding Suckling, got her in the air, and Suckling steps through. Multiple players get tangled up as Price left on an island. Won't get it. And Corcoran, nice rebound there from her. Putting in some fantastic minutes here for the Storm.
just taking 7 seconds to get over the half with no defense.
As Hall thought about it again. Instead, this time, throws it off the leg of Price. And it'll stay with the Storm. 6 seconds left. As we'll see Charlotte Armstrong check in and Maisie Corcoran check out. 5 points and a rebound in 5 minutes for her. So go inside to Hall, who powers her way through. Too much power. Potentially thought she was still on the three-point line. As Henge now pushing the floor, finds Suckling in the corner. Up to Rintala, 4-3. Gets that one to go as Jenny Rintala continues to take over. Up to 22 points, and that lead goes back out to 24. Inside to Armstrong. Nice little mid-range jump shot. Bartlett come up with the rebound. Varley will step back. Won't shoot the three. Nice little cut there from Straight. As she gets her defender in the air, and there's almost glad wrap on that ring down at that end. No shots will drop for the Storm. Varley to Straight. Has to get to work. 6 on the shot clock. Dances with her defender. Varley from the car park. Looks good from the commentary booth. Won't drop, and we'll have a jump ball. And it'll go in favour of the Cougars. .45 left in this fourth quarter. Time quickly evaporating for the Storm. Baum, kick out to Suckling. Quiet night for Emily Suckling, just the 6 points. As Varley got out-rebounded by Rintala. And the energy is all but gone here from the Bellarine Storm fans. The lead continues to balloon out, 26 points, and the offensive woes continue to pile up. Mind you, very clean game of basketball, might I add, Jaden. No fouls this quarter so far, and we're 4 minutes in.
Has been an incredibly low foul count this entire game, hasn't it?
Just 15 fouls in 3 quarters so far. So, well officiated and well played to keep it all tied up in a nice little bow as Varley finds Straight. Dances with Price, stepping through, and again, that ring must be on a lean because nothing will drop for the Storm. Varley getting through the gap, and we'll draw the foul. We'll head to the line at 4-2. Foul will be on number 2 for the Cougars. Amy Baum. Substitutions will see Annabelle Fitter for the Cougars and Shayla Golden check in. And we'll head to a timeout here at the Bellarine Secondary College. It is the McKinnon Cougars leading the Bellarine Storm 85-57. And it is breast cancer awareness round here in basketball Victoria in the Big V. A multitude of associations doing work to decrease the death rate. Since the inception of the National Breast Cancer Foundation in 1994, the death rate from breast cancer in Australia has reduced by over 40%. And thanks to a large part in research, prevention, early detection, and new and improved breast cancer treatment. So donations certainly do not go astray. If you'd like to make a donation, head to the Breast Cancer Foundation website, nbcf.org.au, and make a donation there. As action gets underway, Rintala 3 won't drop, and so the Storm will come away with it. And a nice little offensive possession there from the Storm, just to give the fans a little something. So halfway through this fourth quarter, pardon me. Warm now, guarded by Straight. Has to pull the trigger and will rattle it home, and Amy Baum does her banking on a Saturday evening down on the Bellarine. See Bendigo Bank proudly sponsoring Bellarine Peninsula Basketball Association. As Varley's shots blocked, Hall come up with the rebound, then lost control of it. Rintala trailed, thought about the three, decides to kick it over the top of Hall, who had her hands in the perfect spot. Varley just straight for 3. Can't get that one to go, and so the scoring troubles continue to pile on for the Storm. Suckling now, and just had an easy lane to the ring, and Jenny Rintala got it to drop, and there'll be a foul on the plate. It'll be on Charlotte Armstrong. And Tyler will head to line for one more. As we'll see Casey Vale check back in. And Romy Price checking out. As Rintala continues to pile on the points for the Cougars. Up to 27 points, 13 rebounds. Straight, nice little dish inside to Hall, who gets that one to drop. As the lead's out to 30 points. Blom into Vale. Pass from Rintala. It's a little bit too top heavy. And we'll see substitutions here for the Cougars. We'll see Blom and Suckling check out. Fitter and Hedge check back in. Straight now. Guarded by Henge. Armstrong. There'll be a foul on the play. It'll be on number 25, Annabelle Fitter. Her first. Bellarine ball. Golden trying to get through Fitter, finds Armstrong on the three-point line at 4-3, gets that one to go. Does Charlotte Armstrong. Takes her scoring total up to 9 for the contest. Fitter got the handoff from Rintala. And Beveridge now guarded by Varley. Nice little dish inside to Vale. And Hall managed to bounce it off Vale's foot, as we'll have a substitution here for the Storm. We'll see Taylor Chant check in for Charlotte Armstrong.
Charlotte Armstrong takes a break with 9 points against the name. Checking in number 13, Taylor Chant.
Chant now. Finds Hall, and Chant comes away with a huge rebound through traffic, out to Straight. Mid-range jump shot, potentially was fouled. And it'll stay with the Storm. So Chant to inbound, Storm ball, Golden. Drawing the contact, nice finish under heavy contact for Shayla Golden, up to 9 points in this one. As Henge finds Fitter in the corner for 3, no luck. And again, Chant. continues to find all the little gaps. Push baseline, has to get it off to Golden, who's stuck in the corner by Vale. Almost a blind pass there from her as Varley lost control of it. Chant picked up the crumbs and got the nice little mid-range to drop. We'll have a quick sub here, final 2 minutes of this match. We'll see Jenny Rentala check out and Romy Price check back in.
Jenny Rentala sits down, 27 points, the lead all scorers.
Jenny Rentala, huge performance tonight. 27 points, 13 rebounds for her. There's Beveridge, nice little back cut there from Price. Pass was just a little bit too hot. Substitution for the Storm. We'll see Chantal Hall check out and Maisie Corcoran check back in.
Chantal Hall takes the break with 12 points against tonight, re-entering the action. Maisie Corcoran, number 2 for Bellarine Storm.
So margin still 23 points. So we have a little bit of still a pride pressure here by the Cougars, so they really want the pursuit of percentage booster. They just don't want to come away with the win. As Chant been efficient in her low minutes in this one. Continues to turn it on. Taylor Chant, 6 points, 3 rebounds and a steal in 4 minutes. So providing them with a little spark late in this one off the bench. Aggressive defense from Taylor Chant as they go inside to Casey Vale, draws the contact and gets the basket to drop. Foul will be on number 13, Taylor Chant, her second. We've seen Casey Vale to the line for one more. And Jane, you just feel it wasn't the Storm's night from the opening tip. They just couldn't find a real groove and get into their rhythm.
No, look, it's unusual for the Storm. Really well done from McKinnon to actually put him in this position. Put undefeated at the top of the ladder in this position. Great rebound, great finish by Courtney Straight. Just looks like McKinnon doesn't want people looking at the box score, just think they got lucky. They are really making sure that everyone knows they've put Storm away tonight.
A little bit of late offense here by the Storm may just cut this lead down a little bit. Down to 22 now. Was out to as much as 30 as we're going to have a timeout here. So Coach Dave Smith maybe wants to draw up one more thing before the final siren goes. Reminder, coming up after this one, it is senior men game of the week. The state championship men, Bellarine Storm taking on the McKinnon Cougars in what is set to be a huge matchup. In the state championship men, the Bellarine Storm, very up and down season to start, obviously under the guidance of new head coach Nick Stamatopoulos, but currently even split on their season 2-2, while the McKinnon Cougars are 3-1, but this one is set to be a blockbuster. So make sure you stick around for that one. 44 seconds left in this state championship women's matchup. The McKinnon Cougars will defeat the undefeated Bellarine Storm for their first loss of the season. And cement themselves as one of the top contenders in this year's season. So Bartlett to inbound. As Straight is left on an island. Couldn't get that one to go. And so Henge now directing traffic. 30 seconds left on the game clock. 15 separates the shot and game. Henge to Fitter into Vale. Pleads of 3 in the key coming from the bench. Straight. Fouled by Casey Vale. That'll be her another timeout going to the Storm with 10 seconds left. So
Wants to draw up a bit of a sideline play.
potentially just to maybe cut the lead to under 20 points. 22 is the margin, so a 3 would take it down to under 20. But certainly not the ideal night for the Storm. Jenny Rintala had an absolute day out. 27 points, 13 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal and an assist. Well, it was Amy Baum who backed her up with 17 points, 8 assists, 6 steals, and Catherine Vale with Casey Vale, 16 points and 4 rebounds as teams make their way back out onto the court. 10 seconds left in this one. See if the Storm can come away with a last-minute score. Bartlett to inbound into Varley. Hassled by Henge. Almost a floater from the three-point line. Couldn't get it to go. Thought she was fouled. With 3 seconds left. Coach Dave Smith with no more timeouts. Coach Mason Rogers with just one. So if we wanted to draw up a defensive possession, potentially we could have one. Varley threw it off the back of her defender and then was blocked. And just like that, McKinnon Cougars come away with potentially what is their biggest win of the year, beating the Bellarine, the undefeated Bellarine Storm 94-72. And it was on the back of some Jenny Rintala brilliance, 27 points and 13 rebounds from her. While for the Storm, it was Courtney Strait who led the way with 14 points, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. But as we wrap this one up, thank you, Jaden, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And reminder, it is Senior Men's Game of the Week coming up after this. Bellarine Storm taking on the McKinnon Cougars. 8 p.m. tip-off. Thank you for joining us and see you next time.